When we think of Stella McCartney, do we think of a Nepo baby that found success? Or do we think of an innovative fashion powerhouse and pioneer in sustainable fashion? Stella McCartney is a brand presenting a British take on modern femininity and tailoring. It was created and sustained through partnerships with Kering, LVMH, and notably Adidas. She recently bought back the minority stake in her business and is now 100% independent. Before considering what a future looks like for this newly independent brand, let's take a look at the past. Stella McCartney is of course the daughter of Paul McCartney, and at an early age she showed a keen interest in fashion, designing her first jacket at the age of 13. She's of course not beating the Nepo baby allegations, because a few years later she had the opportunity to intern for the Christian Lacroix, giving her first opportunity to work in haute couture as a teenager. She later went on to hone her skills working with Edward Paxton, who was her father's Savile Row tailor. This of course went on to inform the designs of her brand today. In seeking to beat the Nepo baby allegations, she went to study fashion. She studied at Ravensbourne and Central St. Martin's, and it was her graduate show at Central St. Martin's that really thrusted her into the fashion spotlight. This was not only for the designs, but for the star-studded model cast. You know, when you have friends like Naomi Campbell and Kate Moss that are willing to do things for you for free, then yeah, your graduate show will make headlines. And shortly after graduating, she was appointed as creative director at Chloe, replacing Karl Lagerfeld. She worked at Chloe from 1997 to 2001 with her then assistant Phoebe Philo, who went on to replace her when she left. Rave reviews at her time at Chloe. She did what was needed to be done for Chloe at the time, really revitalizing the brand and broadening its appeal to a new emerging audience. Her easy interpretation of the Chloe house codes, fluid tailoring and sense of proportion was met with both commercial and critical success. Upon leaving Chloe in 2001, this is where Stella McCartney was launched, and it was launched as a joint venture with the Gucci Group, which is now called Kering, in a first of its kind 50-50 partnership. At the time, it was the only brand in the Gucci Group portfolio where a designer had a 50% stake in their business. Her first collection was presented in Paris and has been presenting in Paris ever since. It is of course a loss for the London Fashion Week schedule, but I digress. The Stella McCartney brand presents a modern take on soft femininity mixed with British masculine tailoring, whilst championing sustainability in luxury. Stella is one of the industry's most vocal champions on environmental issues, being the only fashion designer to attend COP26, which is a global climate change summit. She has refused to use animal products like leather and fur since the brand's inception, and has pioneered the use of eco-friendly fabrics, pioneering the use of mushroom-based leather. The brand is clearly a strong example of the potential commercial success of a sustainable brand. In 2004, she launched the most famous joint venture with Adidas, which has been a long-term partnership, and also saw her as being appointed as a creative director for the 2012 London Olympics Games. After 17 years in partnership with Kering, in 2018, Stella bought back her stake and was independent for a short while, but a year later, she went into another partnership with LVMH. In this one, she held 51% of the business. Now, in January of this year, she again bought back her stake from LVMH and is now fully independent. And she just presented her Autumn-Winter 25 collection as an independent brand in Paris. This collection was the most sustainable yet, crafted from 96% conscious and 100% cruelty-free materials. The collection was called Laptop to Lap Dance, and it's a bold day-to-night wardrobe for working women, celebrating all aspects of the day and all aspects of their life. And the collection, of course, has that distinct, iconic Savile Row tailoring. Now, we can't deny that nepotism and her connections has helped her get her brand to where it is today. But what is undeniable is the way in which she pioneers sustainability through it all. But at a time where many independent brands are currently looking for big backing and investment, I'm not sure if this is the time for Stella McCartney to truly bet on herself and be independent, especially in this economy and especially given the state of the luxury fashion market today. That being said though, it will be interesting to see, now being fully independent, what will this mean for the brand and what significant changes are we going to see that we haven't seen before?